Hi, Martin here with another video, and today I'm going to be talking about the coding language Python. I'll cover what it is, how to get it, give an overview of the interface, and then take you through the writing and running of your first program. So let's get started. So first and foremost, what is Python? Well, Python is a computer programming language. It's often used to build websites and software, automate tasks, conduct data analysis, and it's a general purpose language, which basically means that it's used to create a variety of different programs. The versatility, along with its beginner friendliness, has made it one of the most used programming languages today. It's a really good language to learn if you're a beginner, as its syntax is one of the most straightforward and user friendly. So now that we know what Python is, why don't we go ahead and get it downloaded? So the first thing that you're going to want to do is head to this website, which is python.org. From here, click on Downloads, and then what you should see is download the latest version 4 and then the operating system that you're using. So I'm here on Windows, so it says for Windows. If you're on Mac, you should see for Mac OS. If for any reason the operating system is not the correct operating system that you're on, you can see that you can select the different versions: Windows, Linux, Mac, and other down here. But for now, go ahead and click on Download. And then once it's downloaded, we're going to open that up and we're going to start to install the software. So from here, I'm going to click Install Now and follow the basic instructions. So it's not a very large program, so it shouldn't take too long to get installed onto your system. So let's go ahead and let that finish up. And then once it's done, we're going to open it up. Okay, so our setup was successful. So I'm going to go ahead and close the box on there. So from here, I'm then going to go click on my Windows icon, and I can see the recently installed items here. So here you can see something called idle. So this is the software that we're actually looking for. So we're going to go ahead and open that up. Okay, so here we are in Python idle. So idle is essentially the interface that we're going to use to write out our code. And it actually stands for Integrated Development and Learning Environment. Essentially a fancy way of saying this is where you're going to write and run your code. So here we are. You can see it's a very basic interface. So this is what we call the idle shell. So this will spit out bits of information when you run your code. You can actually directly type in some code and get some output here. But what we're going to do is create a new file so that we can go ahead and save the file and the coding that we're going to create. So go ahead and click on File and then New File. So here you can see we've got a window that looks almost exactly the same, but we just don't have this information here at the top. So it's completely blank, almost just looks like a notepad or a very basic Word document. And the interface itself is incredibly simple. There's only really two things that we need to look at. So the first is how we save a document. So you can see here it's called untitled. So obviously we want to call it something more appropriate, but it also won't run unless it's saved as well. So if we go to File and Save, what we're going to do is we're going to create a file called Hello World. So the first program we're going to write is we're going to get Python to display the text Hello World. So it's a bit of a long running tradition when learning how to code that the first thing you do in a new language is do Hello World. So the other part of the interface that you'll need to know is run, which we'll do in a second once we've written our code. So this big blank box here is where we're going to write all of our Python code. So let's go ahead and write a program that's going to print the text Hello World. So we're going to start obviously with the word print. We're going to open up a bracket and we're going to open up some quotation marks. And in here, I'm going to write the text Hello World. I'm going to close my quote mark and I'm going to close my bracket. So I'm going to click on Run and then I'm going to click on Run Module. So you'll see this pop-up box here. So because we've added our code, we've essentially changed, updated the document, and we haven't saved it yet. And you can tell we haven't saved it because there's this small asterisk next to the name of the program. So in order to run, it has to be, any changes need to be saved. So go ahead and click OK. And now you can see, remember I said that you can see some of the output in the shell. Here we've got the output from the code we've just written that says hello world. So there you have it. So that is Python. So you now know what Python is, you know how to go and download it, and you know how to write and run lines of code using Python idle. So hopefully that's a good starting point, particularly if you're very right at the beginning of your coding journey. And I hope that this video has been useful. If it has, please give it a like, comment below, and subscribe to the channel for more tech tips and tutorials. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next video.